Issues have contributed to inflation. Anyone who's been to a store or shops online is finding prices way up.
The Labor Department reports the Consumer Price Index rose 0.4% in September. That was more than expected. Prices also increased on an annual basis, rising 5.4%. And that means next year, Social Security recipients will get the biggest increase in 40 years, a boost of 5.9%.
So with prices going up, it's really important to keep expenses down as much as possible.
And joining us now is consumer and money saving expert Andrea Woroch. Andrea, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much. And I think you said it right. We might not be able to do anything about the prices going up, but we can certainly control how much we spend. And you may be wasting more money than you realize.
Yeah, truly. And you know what? We want to get to a few areas where you can target to really save money. Let's take them one by one here. First, you say we should give our finances an audit. What does that mean?
Exactly. Well, first of all, you can't change what you don't see. And so giving yourself a financial audit is going through all your expenses, go through your bank statement, your credit cards, and list out all those expenses that you're paying on a monthly basis. You may not even realize that you were paying for something that you're not using. And all of these steps are just really essential at figuring out where your money is going and then making a plan to cut back on those different expenses.
And it seems like one thing we can't get around, of course, is groceries, Andrea. We spend a lot of money on groceries. You said the big thing is planning your meals. Tell us a little bit about that.
The reason why I suggest planning out your meals is to reduce your food waste. I find that is the biggest area. People waste money without realizing it. In fact, a study found that Americans are wasting $1,600 worth of produce every year. So just sit down on a Sunday or Monday, whenever it works for you. Think about all the meals you have coming up. Look for recipes that use the same ingredients and plan out those meals. And then when you can, buy frozen produce for those stir fries. That will last longer and you'll avoid throwing stuff out in the trash.
Definitely something I've started to do after wasting so much produce.
Yep,
Many people can
me
relate,
too.
but what are some ways we can save on our car insurance?
This is a big one, and a report found that 1 in 3 Americans hadn't checked their auto insurance costs in the last 3 years, wasting over $400 a year. So you're not tied down to your policy. You can switch at any time. So every few years, run a quick search to see if there's a better rate. There are sites like thezebra.com where you can gather quotes quickly and help yourself save. They say they help consumers save over $900 a year on their premiums on average. Again, you can also do this for your homeowner's insurance. Last year, I saved over $1,000 by switching and by increasing my deductible, which is another way to reduce your auto insurance rate.
Yeah, good thing to do, especially if some of these things are on auto pay as well, right? Well, we all have monthly subscriptions, Andrea, especially those streaming services and cable companies. Give us some quick tips on saving on those.
Just really quickly, go through and write out, again, going back to that audit, figure out what subscriptions you're paying for. A lot of people don't realize how many more they added onto their budget during the pandemic. So you may have a few services that offer the same thing. You know, if you have multiple video streaming services, are you really watching them? Yes, you may only save $8 or $9 or $10 a month, but collectively it adds up and all of it will help you out. So just cancel them, especially now before the holidays. You can always add it back.
Andrea Woroch, thank you so much for joining us today, sharing your expertise. Hopefully we'll have you back again because a lot of us can really benefit from your tips. Thanks so much. Yep.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Okay, well, still to come,